All right, well, as we all know, there's a war for talent going on, and hospitality has been particularly hard hit, even as the industry tries to emerge from the pandemic and is, doing good in that realm. But how is talent and hiring and the job market, how is this impacting service at hotels? Dupree, you want to start?
Sure, in a big way. I mean, there is, you had kind of the necessity of the pandemic. A sad necessity was you had to cut teams. I think in our hotels, at one point there was probably 50 or 60% of the staff across our entire portfolio, probably a little bit more than that actually, that you had to completely say, furlough or let go. And so I think a lot of folks in that industry said, well, this is not a sustainable model. Let's go find work elsewhere. In a lot of cases, I'm not sure, we've tried to kind of figure that out. There's not a really clear path or consistent direction of where they went. I mean, there's different places. Amazon, insurance day one,
DoorDash.
Right when you work, DoorDash. I mean, who knows? There's a bunch of different things where people went. And so it's been really hard to get people back in the industry, I think service industries in general. And then really you're kind of taking day wage folks where you're, gig type hiring even on the hotel side. So you don't really have the ability to train like you normally would, really high turnover rates, all those types of things, and you don't have the same volume of customers, and so it makes it a lot harder for them if there is some type of tip component for them to supplement their income with those, those types of wages. So by and large, you've seen a big challenge there for us to be able to provide the service we've historically provided. So that's where you've had to get much more creative. But from that, it has been a challenge hiring, and I think that's something that's going to persist for sure. All up and down the ranks of hospitality. It's not an easy business to work in for sure. I think too, on the investment side, even when you think about who we're hiring now, it has become much more competitive, even across the commercial real estate sectors, to where bringing folks in, even on the investment side, has been harder. So it's not just at the hotel level; it's really up and down the board for us.
No, but I think that's probably my biggest concern for the hotel industry going forward is the staffing. It's been unbelievably hard for people to get cooks, wait staff, housekeepers. We were just at this lodging conference I was staying, and they didn't do overnight service. They did it on checkout. Right? They would clean your room on checkout because they didn't have enough housekeepers to clean every room every night, unless you specifically requested it. And so that's indicative of, you're used to coming back to your hotel room and having a freshly made bed, and it wasn't done. And you just have to get used to it and accept it. The other thing I would say is it's going to start affecting the margin. We did benefit from less staff, less overhead, and now as they start to try to hire people back, they're having to pay a ton more. So a housekeeper used to make $12, $13 an hour. They're now offering in Austin, as an example, we're working on the Line Hotel. They're offering $21 an hour, and they still have 1 or 2 open positions. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's like, where'd these people go? I don't know what they're doing.